Very good morning to all. Thank you for sparing your time on weekend. So, before we start, let us wait for some time for everyone to join. And we will request that we will share a short PPT. And during PPT or whatever question you have even today or just now, please note down all the questions. And after, say, 15-20 minutes going through the PPT, we will be opening the discussion session. There, I will request please unmute yourself and ask your specific question. Any doubt you have related to much discussed integrated assessment. And you can ask any question, any query related to process, related to laboratory operations, or related to anything. We are open for all such questions related to integrated assessment. Only request that please keep yourself muted during the PPT presentation because it will unnecessarily disturb everyone in the group. And it will not take more than 15 to 20 minutes to complete the PPT, which is going to reveal the basics of what we are as a company and what we are doing and how we can help your company and your laboratory to achieve this integrated assessment. So Neha will give me go ahead to start. Once everyone is there, maybe we can wait for say 2-3 minutes more. I think many of them has not yet joined. Do understand being a holiday, uh, only 2 days are there in a week. Everybody is busy. Um, so Neha, I will wait for your go ahead.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
This is Bindu Anand Dikshit from AKD. Would just like to add that, sir, if anyone is interested in sharing their inputs, meanwhile the others are joining, they can introduce themselves with their organization name also. And if they want to share any inputs or give any idea about or any questions they have, something to be added or some information they want to be added in this session, they can share with us. So anyone can introduce themselves, unmute and introduce and let us know, share their inputs. Before I will wait for another 5 minutes for everyone to join. We are open for that.
Yeah, good suggestion. If anyone can volunteer till others are joining. If you have any specific question, queries, you want to tell something about you, your company, or the process of integrated assessment, you are most welcome.
And your objective of joining for this session is very important for us. So we are looking forward for your inputs.
Sir, Suhas sir, very good morning. Sir, you are muted.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. After a long time, sir.
Yeah, all is well yet.
Yeah. So your center is going for integrated, sir?
Already it is integrated only.
It is integrated
Yeah,
one.
it is there.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah, it is there.
So other team members are also there with you, I hope.
Yes, they are there.
What all product you have taken, sir, in integrated?
I think that just wait. I'll share. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is OSHA 18,000. Then energy 51,000, 50,001.
Acha.
Yeah, these both products are there.
So it is
OSHA 14,000 is also there.
14,000.
18 and 50,000.
So 18,000 has gone to 45,000.
That is 45,000. No, correct.
And 9,000.
Yeah, all these are there.
Okay, okay, okay. Good. See, for all of us, the concept in which we are going to discuss today, it is also called a type of integrated assessment.
Correct.
In environment, health and safety, quality, all are taken together as one management system. So thank you, sir, for raising this. And unfortunately, in today's discussion, we are not going for this integrated assessment.
Okay.
That is 14,000, 45,000, and 9,000. We are going for 17,025 and any other regulatory body in India like FSSAI, EIC, EPIDA,
Okay.
BIS. If you opt as a laboratory along with NABL, along with 17,025, any other regulatory body, that is what is called integrated assessment as per 17,025/2017.
Correct.
So what integrated assessment for everyone, sir is having in the center, in his center, is management system integration, which is called integrated management system, IMS system.
Correct.
That is dealing only with the health, environment and safety, quality.
Agree.
So, sir, we are going to discuss today integrated assessment in light or in respect to 17,025. That is
Right.
food safety and quality, where all the stakeholders in India involved in food safety and quality,
Yeah.
like FSSAI, EIC, EPIDA, and all, if laboratory opts to have common audit, means at the same time NABL also will happen and audit for FSSAI will also happen. So
Correct.
most of our participants are from laboratory and they are also looking for such integrated assessment.
No issue, sir.
Right, sir?
Yeah. That's a good one.
So I think we can start now. I need green signal from my team, Neha.
Yes, sir, we can start.
Okay. So once again requesting that please mute yourself and we will finish the short presentation within 15-20 minutes, and post that the session will be open for interaction, discussion and take up your queries. So again requesting, please note down all your queries so that once the presentation is over, we can have a fruitful discussion on different aspects and different issues. It may help other laboratory also. I am sure that my slide is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Visible, and hopefully I am audible as well.
Yes, sir.
Good. So I am going to start the presentation, making it full screen. Just a minute. Okay. So we all are representing today AKD Consultant India Private Limited, a basically organization who is involved in consulting and training, and is specific to food and drug laboratories, whether it is research center or it is third-party testing lab or in-house testing lab. Few lines about our credentials, our expertise, our impaneled experts, and what all we are primarily dealing with. This slide is showing all of you. So we have around 20 technical experts. They are domain expert in different geographies of India. Like somebody is expert in LCMS, somebody is expert in ICPMS, somebody is expert in microbiological lab setup, training, testing, and all of them are NABL trained assessors or impaneled NABL lead assessors and assessors. No one is having less than 10 years of experience. So you can assured on the technical expertise of people, and of course we are continuously discussing, upgrading. We are very closely associated with the regulatory bodies like NABL, FSSAI, EIC. So whatever updates are happening, we are the first hand people to get an information, get the technical detail through regulatory experts, and simplify it and present to you as a end user. So that is where we make a difference from other consulting organizations. Now, we take up the project on a complete mode of execution, starting from A to complete Z. And Z stands for your integrated assessment approval of the laboratory. So we are helping at different levels, starting from the scope of work, fixing the scope of work of laboratory, then layout designing, then what all equipment will be used as per this particular scope in your lab. See, there is a lot of complexities once we call equipment. Now, many of our FDA lab expert in this meeting will appreciate that they have got the high-end machine like LCMS, but they haven't got the ancillary equipment, very, very small equipment like pH meter, centrifuge, homogenizer, mixer, vortexer. On account of this, they are not able to perform the testing. So these gaps we fill in the beginning, in the gap analysis part of laboratory. And not only we give the information that this is required, we also give update to lab that what will be the specification in relation to your specific scope of testing. Now see, NABL stands for NABL 17025. Lab may have refraction of grain in their scope. Lab may have antibiotic testing in milk or meat or honey. So these are two extremes. Why we are focusing on scope of work? Because on the scope of work only, all the equipment, accessories, lab structure, layout, manpower, competency, everything is driven by what scope we are going to fix for the laboratory. Then we are helping with what all chemicals, consumable, their grade, their quality, their quantity, everything is hand-holded to the laboratory. Now coming to manpower, we are giving our expert services on screening the manpower. If you have manpower, we are supporting in hiring the manpower. Once the manpower is hired, we are hand-holding, grooming, training to meet the specific technical competency requirement of a given integrated assessment scope and approval activities. Then internal audit, management review, and all those things are part of NABL accreditation, which is along with the FSSAI, it becomes integrated. We also work closely with our food business operators in terms of giving specific training, in terms of helping establishing their IPQA labs, in terms of validating their process, helping them to increase their shelf life, or helping them in the product development part. And these are the very technical, precise areas where we help our associates who are directly involved in food business operations. Now coming to the industries in which we are catering, list is in front of you. Why we can list all these industries? Because technical requirement of the industry which is related to testing and compliance remains same, which is globally ISO 17025-2017. So since we have expertise in the global standard implementation, we can help number and variety of industries. Like for example, feed industry, for example, food industry, drug, again, environmental, packaging, and testing lab. In any case, testing lab, commercial labs are normally involved in all sorts of testing, environmental, chemical, microbiological, molecular, and all that. This list shows some key accounts with whom we are connected on a regular basis. And you can see the upper part of the slide is showing you the corporates and private organizations, and the lower part, bottom of the slide, shows you the government associations. So we are very comfortable dealing with both the environments. This is what this slide is primarily put to present to. And you know that a corporate group, a proprietary company, and a big organization, government organization, has their organizational constraints of working and getting updates and outputs. So the team is very comfortable to deal both the situations. Now, this slide basically gives you an impression that what are the different key areas in which we are working primarily, and what are the different clients with whom we are working on national and global level. Now coming to different regulatory bodies, approving authorities in India per se, who are directly, indirectly controlling the food business operations, testing, quality, compliance. And as I said in my previous discussion, since we are very closely associated, we are consultant to FSSAI, we are technical expert to National Food Lab. So we are the first-hand party receiving any new protocol coming, any new implementation things are being raised, being very close as a consultant, as a technical expert with government bodies. Now, this is all about our organization, what we are doing, what we have done. Let us now focus on today's discussion, that is integrated assessment. Now, today's integrated assessments, we are going to discuss the association of ISO 17025 and FSSAI. As I said, in place of FSSAI, you can opt for EIC, you can opt for EPIDA, you can opt for BIS. But in today's discussion, we are going for integrated assessment for food testing lab precisely, who are looking for implementation of 17025, along with that FSSAI. Now, there are some specific requirements implementing an integrated assessment as per any regulatory body. Today, we are going to discuss FSSAI. So, apart from 17025, which is a voluntary participation or recommendation for global quality and competence, means if I am not interested to go for NABL accreditation, government cannot force me. That is called voluntary. If you want to increase your competence, if you want to represent to global conformity, then you have to go for NABL, but there is no enforcement. So 17025 is a voluntary accreditation process. Government or agencies will not force you to go for 17025. But if you have to operate in India in food business, then it is mandated by regulatory body FSSAI that if you want to do food business operation, testing, quality, safety, compliance, you have to have integrated assessment, means along with 17025, you have to comply the specific requirement of FSSAI. What are those specific requirements is what we are going to see in due course. As I said, NABL or 17025 is voluntary, means I want to go only for 2 parameters. No problem. You can go for 2 parameters, you will get NABL. Unlike this, FSSAI says that no, you cannot go for 2 parameters. Right? If you have to go for integrated assessment, then choose a product group, then choose a product and go for all the parameters listed in the regulatory specifications. If there are 4 parameters, you have to comply all 4. If there are 400 parameters, you have to comply all 400. So this is the basic difference between a laboratory having NABL accreditation and a laboratory having integrated assessment in a given food matrix. This clarity has to be there with all of you. Please don't confuse. Having NABL means you are voluntary or automatically compliant to FSSAI is not correct. FSSAI says that you have to follow my protocol, what all parameters I have listed in the product group and product. You have to comply for all the parameters. Then only FSSAI will approve that lab under integrated protocol to do testing. So this is the basic difference between 17025 and integrated assessment as per 17025 and FSSAI both together. Now, as I said in my previous discussion, that integrated is a comprehensive. Comprehensive means if a lab is declaring that the given sample of spice is compliant, that means the lab has tested all chemical parameters, proximate parameters, additives, antioxidants, preservatives, heavy metals, pesticide, toxins like aflatoxin, then microbiological safety of the product. This is comprising roughly around 300 plus parameters, out of which around 250 parameters are pesticide only. So if industry want to comply or showcase that the product manufactured by that company is complying to FSSAI, they have to get the product tested in a third party NABL FSSAI integrated assessment protocol laboratory. So if you have to get the product tested from FSSAI approved lab, then you have to follow integrated protocol or integrated assessment process. Now, as we all know, many of us are already NABL accredited lab. So what we do everything online. It is a paperless audit, paperless application. So what is happening that you follow NABL 151 for any NABL accredited laboratory. You follow this application form. It is freely downloadable from NABL site. Go ahead, fill it, submit all the details. But for integrated, you need to follow this particular protocol. Now, these are few things given what all details need to be filled. So if you are applying for integrated, you need to fill two separate scope. One is online NABL, another is NABL plus FSSAI, which is a hard copy submission to NABL. This is something about my profile. Then comes the basic about accreditation in Indian context, how Quality Council of India is controlling different bodies, and this is where NABL is located, and this is the traceability part up to QCI, and QCI is traceable to international counterpart organizations. Now, recognition of your report across globe, right? This is called traceability. So NABL is connected with APLEC and APLEC is connected to ILEC. That is how the international traceability is established. In this slide, you can see number of steps that need to be followed. So we are here to support you to understand each and every step in detail once we are getting associated with you on a project. Now, this slide gives a comprehensive showcasing of the whole process of NABL or NABL FSSAI accreditation or assessment. Personal reference standard, equipment, quality, training, testing methods, purchase, procurement, document management, all these things are part and parcel of the ISO 17025 standard, which need to be documented, implemented, and continually improved. And we can help you, support you as a consulting and training organization to understand. As I said, every lab has a specific requirement because product is different, environment is different, equipments are different, requirements are different. So it cannot be generalized. It needs to be very specific to a particular lab. Now coming to in any laboratory, what is happening? Sample is coming to laboratory, then some good laboratory practices are being followed, and finally lab is releasing a report. Now on this result or report, all the decisions are taken by regulatory bodies, right? what standard says 17025, you have to implement PDCA cycle. How to implement PDCA cycle in your laboratory, how to improve it, how to document is what we are going to support you. Now, as we all know, in the new version, 2017 version, risk analysis is having a lot of emphasis and focus. So risk analysis, fishbone diagram, how to make it with a process, how to analyze each step in this process, how to document the uncertainties, how to budget uncertainties, and how uncertainty is affecting your capability and capacity to take decision on a given report, whether it is right or failing, passing, acceptable, not acceptable. That is called conformity. Now, the complexity of any analytical data is driven by this well-shaped uniform distribution, normal distribution curve. So team must understand what is this curve is, how mean is fixed along with positive, negative sigma, sigmas, and why 2 sigma is important, why 2 sigma is taken, why not 1 sigma, why not 3 sigma. All these queries can be answered during the details of our training and documentation activities. As I said, uncertainty, method validation, and traceability. 3 things are important in accreditation protocol. Statement of conformity, now it is mandatory. You have to take a statement of conformity, for which you have to understand what is the uncertainty, for which you have to understand and establish the guard band or decision rule. What is decision rule? When to go and when not to go. Or in other words, which sample is passing and which is not passing. Right? So these are details of guard band calculation. What is the upper limit, lower limit. All these details will be there in detailed training program. Then coming to uncertainty part, we have taken 5 M's: equipment, machine, what is the objective, then method, environmental condition, and most importantly is the person who is performing the test. So all these things are having interconnections, and finally they are resulting on the accuracy of our results. So we are here to support you, guide you, and help you. This slide is summarizing what all we have discussed till now. We start our work with gap analysis if we are getting associated with you. Out of gap analysis, we give you input that these are the gaps in man, method, machine, environment, infrastructure. You have to fulfill it. We give list of chemicals, consumables, CRM, you need to purchase it. Then we start helping you in documenting quality manual, system manual, procedures, formats. After that, we will help you in training and coaching, means training for GLP, training for 17025, training for uncertainty, training for method validation. All these things start here. Then labs start operating. Post 1 or 2 month, 3 month operation, we conduct internal audit and management review. And in this, after this only, we are participating in proficiency testing. Post that, we are filling online application, making a hard copy application for integrated. And then we are leading the laboratory to NABL and FSSAI accreditation and approval. So this is in general the whole process and different stages of our deliverables. So with this, I think I have taken roughly 25-30 minutes. So what in brief I wanted to share, I have already shared. I will be closing the slideshow, and I will make the forum open for any question hour session. Yes, Neha, if you have any question in the chat, we can take up in the first hand.
No question yet.
Neha, is there any question?
No, sir, there is no question yet.
Okay, no problem. So please coordinate. Anybody who wants to ask any question, please unmute yourself and ask your question. We will try to answer it.
Hi, sir. Good morning. This is Shudip Roy.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, I have one question. Like, suppose after filling the online application for the enable integrated assessment, so is there any timeline within which we have to submit the hard copy also?
No, see, you are talking about integrated assessment wherein NABL application will be online
Right, sir.
and FSSAI application has to be submitted a hard copy,
Yes, sir. Is
right?
there any timeline? Yes, sir.
No, it has to be done simultaneously, means what you call
Application submitted and
application
immediately we
online.
have to courier.
Yeah, unless and until your hard copy is received to NABL Secretariat, they are not going to take any action on the online submitted application
Okay, sir.
because they process it at the same time. No? Hard copy is scrutinized by NABL Secretariat and then say they send it to FSSAI and they depute assessors. They ask their acceptance to depute a particular assessors to have independent evaluation by FSSAI expert as well. So it has to be done simultaneously. Technically, you can say next day or same day or after 2 days, but your process in NABL will not start unless and until the hard copy is received at their end.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
May we know
Thank
your
you, sir.
organization name, sir? Mr. Sudeep Rao?
NCML lab.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my question is how to calculate risk assessment, and where we have to apply this.
Pardon? I'm not clear with your question, ma'am. Can you please repeat it
I am
once again?
saying how we can calculate risk assessment and in which parts of the laboratory we have to implement it.
See, integrated is a assessment wherein you are looking for FSSAI or EIC or EPIDA, you have to decide. All these bodies are any one body. And if you are going for FSSAI, then you have to meet the specific requirements, like you have to choose a product category and at least one sub product category you have to complete testing facility, validation, everything has to be there, which NABL and FSSAI jointly audit. It is always a 5 days audit. Normally NABL audit happens for 2 days, but integrated assessment audits happen for 5 days. So this 5 days assessment will be fixed. Auditors from FSSAI will be allocated to you, auditors from NABL. They will be coming on site, verifying all the details. And once they are satisfied, then only they will be issuing it. If there is any NC, you have to close it. And after that, there will be a joint certificate issued by NABL, which will say that lab is complying to NABL and FSSAI for this product category. Clear, madam?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Anyone else?
Hello.
Yes, LPG. Hello. Yes.
I want to know whether we can go for a single subcategory or single product for integrated assessment, or we have to take whole product category for that.
LPG, which organization you belong to?
I'm from State Food Lab, Udaipur.
State Food Lab?
Uttarakhand.
Rudrapur. Okay. No, as I said that you can't have choice to have selected parameters in a given particular matrix. So subgroup and group, like say fruits and vegetables. In that, if you have selected fresh fruits and vegetables, which is a subgroup, then you have to complete, you have to have facility, competency and validation data, uncertainty, everything for all the parameter listed in fresh fruits and vegetable category, right, as per FSSAI requirement.
And one more thing, like if we go for fortified foods, so can we come in a category or a category of product? Like can
No,
we go for
one is
food?
for fortified wheat or fortified flour you are referring to. That is not going to give you integrated, because in that category of cereal and cereal product, you have other 20-25 products. So all the sub-category product in a given category need to be considered, right? Hope I am clear, Silpi?
Yes, sir. Pretty much. Actually, we were thinking that we can go for like fortified foods. There is milk, there is cereal, there is oil and salt, I guess. So I was thinking that I can go for milk, and there is only 2 or 3 parameters are there. It is a category, a subcategory of fortified food.
No, that is not allowed by FSSAI, that you take one parameter in milk, one parameter in wheat flour, and one parameter in oil and go for fortificants testing. That is not allowed. Right? Oh. Yes, anyone else?
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, sir. This is Archana from Sri Krishna Lab. My query is that we are going to apply for integrated assessment. So, can we go for packaging in water and package natural mineral water and go for integrated assessment?
Yeah,
Will it be accepted?
drinking water, they are having that is your 10,500
Yes,
natural
sir.
mineral water, packaged drinking water, right?
And natural mineral water, yes.
Yes,
Three
natural
types.
mineral water.
Water.
All these three categories you have to consider to go for integrated in water.
Yes, sir. So,
Yes.
we will complete it, then it will be accepted by FSSAI. Or
Yes.
other food products also we need to be approved.
Yes, it will be accepted.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any one matrix is what they are referring to, no? Minimum.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, anyone else?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have one question more. Suppose recently that's on what topic is methyl mercury. In
Hmm.
that, in FSI compendium, it is given a methyl mercury calculated as element. But
Hmm.
now recent days, most of the assessors are not accepting because
Hmm.
they are preferring that has to be analyzed by the LC-ICP-MS as methyl mercury only.
Right.
So now how we can proceed? Shall all the lab have to the capacity of that LC-ICP-MS, and after that we have to develop the things?
Well, see, this is, you are aware, Sudeep, that something which is very highly talked and debated subject.
Yes,
At
sir.
the end
Yes,
of
sir.
the day, regulatory bodies are not accepting any other method. Lab used to do by GC, MSMS, derivatization and all that, but
Yes,
they
sir.
are not accepting. So if you are going for methyl mercury in your integrated scope, you have to have LC-ICP-MS. There is no other choice.
Yes, sir. That means it is mandatory right now.
It's mandatory now. Correct.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Right. Yes.
Sir, there is one question
Hmm.
uh, by Dr. Challa Bala.
Ah, yes.
We have covered chilies and turmeric completely. Shall we go for integrated audit?
Chili and turmeric.
Yes, sir.
Chili and turmeric is not going to give him the complete spices. He is there in the discussion. Mr. Dr. Bala, can we discuss?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Morning. See, if you are having spices, so only chili and turmeric is not going to help you for integrated. You need to consider all the other spices matrix, right?
Okay.
And then only you will be eligible for integrated in spices. Any one matrix left, it will not be considered as integrated.
So residues we have covered all things, microtoxins we have covered, and chemical parameters and some physical parameters. So chilies we have covered all the things.
You have considered all the chemical parameters, including dyes and additives and everything.
Everything we have covered.
Then what about heavy metals,
Covered.
microbiology?
Covered.
Okay. Then you replicate it to other spices matrix also, if you want to go for integrated.
Integrated, for example, pepper means take an example in our area, pepper is not that much, so that is covered in
See,
residues and metals
yeah,
and microbiology, everything we have covered. So some one or two chemical parameters we have not covered in the pepper like that. So in this case, shall we go with the
no, it is not that integrated is given only what the product and crop is available in your geography.
not in this.
Integrated is for the complete spices matrix, which
Okay.
comprises of, say, you are telling cloves or pepper. Now, clove and pepper is totally different from turmeric and chili, right? So, establishing your competency for, say, micro or dyes or heavy metals to chili does not comply your competency for black pepper or cloves, because these two are two different matrix.
Okay.
So, it will not be considered under integrated assessment if you are not considering all the, suppose you are considering black pepper and you are not considering cumin.
Okay.
You can group cumin under black pepper or any, that is allowed.
Generally, only two in the spices. There is a lot of subgroups are there. Only mainly I have taken chilies, turmeric, spices, and cumin, black pepper. That and all covered in residues, metal parts, microbiology, and everything. When coming to physical and chemical parameters, so only mainly I have covered for chilies, dried chilies.
No, if it is developed for, say, chili, you can develop it for black pepper also.
We need to do
Mostly heavy metal and pesticide is a concern, no?
That is correct. So with the residues that and all we have covered, not an issue. But whereas, for example, black pepper, piperine content we need to do, and some other chemical parameters. So
Naturally.
so that and all is mandatory.
How many pesticide you are covering under this?
We have covered as per FSSAI, all we have covered.
How many numbers, if you can tell?
We have covered, generally we have covered more than 200, but as of FSSAI, there is around 54 residues, 57 residues are there for spices, different spices, especially in chilies.
No, that's what they are also coming up, that as per act, what all, even banned pesticide also you need to cover in a given product.
That we have covered.
So that is okay. So all your pesticide covered means standards are available, methods are available, validation is done. So if
Everything is available, but only I have, if there are some different auditors and different opinions on that. So because, for example, each and everything they are asking method verification. See, for each, for example, in the spices we have around 20 to 30 products are there. So for 20 to 30 products, we can't do for method verification because already it is there in the.
You can go ahead with grouping of products, no? Like in spices case, if you are taking black pepper, You can group cumin and coriander and fennel and all these things in one category.
Okay, I have taken only one category. Guys,
No, I mean, you will take only one product like black pepper and you will explain that I have grouped all these things in one. So what all recoveries and uncertainties are there with cumin? Sorry, black pepper is applicable to cumin also or coriander also or fennel also. That's what the point I'm making.
Okay, I got to understand.
Right, sir? Okay. Thank you, doctor.
So there is one question by Archana ma'am. Is it necessary to add food additives in food product category or subcategory? We are going to take an integrated assessment.
See, Bachana, one is food additives as a separate category in the annexure of parameters. Another is food additive in a given product. So if you are taking food additive as a subcategory, then what all tests are mentioned there you need to perform. And if you are taking, say, wheat flour as subcategory or sugar as subcategory, then what food additive is referred in that particular testing protocol that you need to comply. Right. Yes. Anyone else? Neha?
No, sir.
Okay, I think now we all are connected. Neha is in touch with all of you. In case you need any further query, question, you are always welcome. On the numbers, connect with Neha, send her all the queries, questions, whatever we can solve out of our interaction possible, we will try to do it. If something we don't know, we will try to connect with different counterparts, get the information, analyze it, make it more presentable and simple, and then convey to you in due course. So with this, I would like to thank all of you for sparing your time on weekend and listening to a very challenging discussion. It is a start of the discussion, and I am hopeful that each one of us who has participated or who has enrolled for this discussion, we are there to help you in all regard, whatever way you want us to extract, to present, help, support, either in documentation, training, method validations, whatever way your specific needs are there, we can be in a position to help you and support you. So with this, I will try to take leave from all of you. Thank you, Neha, for coordinating. Thank you all for sparing your time. Thank you, Bindu ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
And Neha, please note down all the queries, questions, even after this presentation or in due course, whenever, whatever they are raising, do let me know. I will try to provide the best solution.
Just like to
Yes, sir.
add at the end, sir, we have already shared our email IDs in the chat box. Hope you all have noted it down, and you might have already received Neha's ID once you got the link from us. So you may share your inputs of this session and any other topics you would like to have more webinars. Please let us know. Thanks for joining with us.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Neha.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Well,